and welcome to that big thing that's happening on the internet right now. Should probably work on the name, but it's the first episode, so let's go. Mr. Beast, KSI and Logan Paul came together to create a product called Lunchly. It's basically just Lunchables, if you know what they are. And the product just looks like any other lunch sort of product. The problem comes from their marketing when they started calling this a healthy alternative to Lunchables. That got people quite upset because it's just not healthy at all. Practically the entire marketing for this thing comes from the fact that it is healthy. So there was a lot of backlash on the internet towards this thing. However, there was one tweet in particular, which I'm sure you've already read, made by DanTDM, and the reason that it got so popular mainly is because DanTDM actually has more followers than Logan Paul, and I believe he has more than KSI as well. So him calling the product out is like a big deal. I'll put the tweet here, and DanTDM made a lot of great points, and to be honest, we probably could have just left it at that. People would have read the tweet being like, yeah, I agree with Dan, or no, I don't agree with Dan, and then moved on with their lives. But KSI and Logan Paul in particular were not happy. All three of the people involved with the product decided to make their own separate responses, and they become increasingly worse. Mr. Beast's reply essentially just said, hey, I understand that it's not healthy as it could have been, but it's still a healthier alternative to Lunchables, which it is healthier, just not by much at all. Logan's response essentially just said, hey, we want to start a business, and that's a theme that you're going to see a lot throughout Logan's responses, because yes, there was multiple responses, we're about to get onto that, but KSI's responses have probably been the worst. Keep in mind, DanTDM made one tweet, that was it. KSI's response was to quite literally show some of DanTDM's old merch and say that it was just as bad as Lunchly, even though this is wrong on so many levels. First of all, KSI has his own versions of these anyway, and second of all, that isn't the problem. Sure, toys might not seem great to a grown man, but these are for kids. Kids are gonna love it. Same way that your Lunchly product is for kids. The problem is you're telling kids, or primarily their parents, that hey, here's a healthy lunch option that you can give your kids, when it's just not really healthy. Now right here, DanTDM made a tweet, KSI made a tweet, Mr. Beast made a tweet, and Logan made a tweet. Everyone's tweeted, right? So we can put an end to it. Well, no. The tweets kept coming. You see, people in the comments sided with DanTDM, I would say 80% of the time. There were a few people defending the other three, but most people actually sided with DanTDM because he's just right. And that led Logan Paul and mainly KSI to make more responses, and they just get worse and worse. KSI says that DanTDM is worse because he promoted sweets, or candy for my American viewers, on his second channel. Well, actually, it was his third channel 9 years ago. Promoting candy is promoting candy. You are telling kids, hey, here's candy. It's the same reason Mr. Beast didn't get much hate at all, if any, when he released his Beast Bars, because it's chocolate. Kids know that it's chocolate, and the parents know I can decide whether I want to buy my kids chocolate. The difference is this is a healthy snack, so the parents are buying this for their kids to be healthy, which is kind of where all of the problems are arising. Both of them made a bunch more tweets, but there's one in particular that I personally think is probably the worst one, which is when KSI quotes exactly what DanTDM said and then calls him. I think that's the one that struck me as the worst, because all DanTDM said was that he doesn't like your product, essentially. But that's not it. They also both made full-length YouTube videos on this subject, which is just mental. KSI essentially just repeats what he tweeted. He reads out DanTDM's tweet in his video in a really weird voice.
How does this benefit their fans?
To make Dan seem like he's overreacting. Keep in mind, he only made one tweet, and these guys are literally making YouTube videos on this.
Do better! Do better!
Notice as well, throughout his entire video, he does this fake laugh, which isn't a problem. I just find it quite annoying because it's very clearly fake.
His toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan?
And it's 100% done to make it seem like he isn't really bothered by this situation. It's all just a big joke to him. Which, if it was, then this video wouldn't be necessary.
But I'm not the one complaining.
KSI again brings up the fact that they're just making a business, but the making a business isn't the problem. As much as I personally didn't enjoy Prime, and I remember when England turned into a battle royale for who could get their hands on the most of it.
What's the best shop you work, eh?
Wait, wine!
Abdul come close.
It wasn't a problem, it was just a drink that I didn't particularly personally like. Other people did, and that's great. Making the business isn't the problem is the way you're marketing it, with the amount of influence all three of you have on a young community who will just listen to anything you say. Logan then made a video reacting to KSI's video, reacting to the tweets, reacting to Dan's reaction to the release of Lunchly. In it, he essentially just agrees with everything KSI says.
How does this benefit their fans?
As much as I didn't enjoy KSI's video, I think Logan's video was even more unneeded than KSI's was. He quite literally just laughs and agrees with everything KSI is saying.
Because people just hate us. That's it. People just hate us.
I don't think these three deserved hate, or they definitely didn't. Maybe after KSI called DanTDM, I'm not particularly fond of him. But at the end of the day, they just made a product that looks quite bad. What I find funny as well is in their promotional videos for this product, they always compare it to Lunchables, which, keep in mind, is very unhealthy. Saying something is healthier or better than Lunchables is like saying, eat dirt, it's better for you than eating rocks. But in these videos, they always point out how bad they think Lunchables actually are.
Alright, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash.
To try and make theirs seem so much better. But you realise your product is basically the same as Lunchables. By calling Lunchables this bad of a product, you're essentially calling out your own product. Especially when they actually do the comparisons and you see how similar they actually are.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients.
Anyway, that's where we are as of today. I'll keep you guys updated. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is my first time doing a news type video, so if you enjoyed, tell me in the comments, please. I need to know what to post because I want to make stuff that you guys are actually going to enjoy. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.